Hey people, it's your boy Brooklyn. I don't even know what to say. Being misgendered by anybody really, not just by family, but by anyone, is, how do I put it? It just makes me feel like my gender identity is invalid. Now, I done a video about some couple of months back about being misgendered by family, my family, and how it made me feel. Um, and being misgendered by family is very bad. It's worse than being misgendered by anybody else. But that is just, to be quite honest, I feel like it's the same because I'm still being misgendered, and it's like, and I sit back and think, do I not pass as the gender I identify as, or are you tripping? Um, like, it's like they're different people, which they are, but you got my family and you got other people like that outside my family who some may misgender, but a lot of them, with them, I can pass as a guy until I start speaking, until my voice comes out, and this feminine voice. I do with some people try and make up a masculine voice, a deeper voice. Um, but sometimes it depends who I talk to. Sometimes my feminine voice comes out, and it just comes out naturally because I'm natural. I have a natural feminine voice. Sometimes, naturally, randomly, my masculine voice comes out, and I just have a masculine voice. But like, looking at me, like, do I look like a girl? Do I look like a do I look like do I look like a girl? Like, minus the, I hardly got any chest. I've hardly got any breasts. Um, I don't wear makeup. Um, I'm sure I have masculine features. Like, I don't know. Like, to me, I still look girly a little bit. Um, which gives me a lot of dysphoria. Um, but do I not pass as as a male? I just don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, I'm still being misgendered. Um, I know, like, some people say, well, don't give a fuck about what people think, what everybody else thinks. You identify your gender, that you identify as in a male, so you're a male. So what does anybody else have to do with it? It's simple. I don't want to go into my line of work. When I start a job, I don't want to go into my job and then for my boss to come and tell me that, to come and say, oh, miss this, miss that. I ain't no miss. I'm a sir, or you call me sir, or you can call me, well, sir is a bit old. Sir is not in my age range. So no, not sir. You can call me Mr. Mister is fine, but the pronouns are very important. Use the right pronouns with me. Like if I'm standing right in front of you, yeah, there are men that have masculine voices, cisgender men that have masculine voices, masculine voice, feminine voices. Sorry. Mm, Let me start again. There are cisgender men that have feminine voices, but they're cisgender, which means they identify and they're comfortable as identifying as their gender at birth, which is male. So you have feminine cisgender men, but nobody says nothing to them. I wonder why. Nobody says nothing to them. But soon as they know that you are born female on the outside, then you're trying to transition. You start living as the male gender identity you identify as. They can't get their head around that. They can't somehow get their head around that. They can't call you by the right pronouns. Even though for someone like me who naturally has a masculine features or masculine shape, body shape or whatever, dresses like a guy, looks like a guy, but talks like a girl, they still, when they hear my voice, at first they think, oh yeah, you're a guy, you're a guy, you're a guy. As soon as they hear your voice, their mind switches, so all of a sudden you're a girl. I don't get it. I really don't get that. That's wrong. That don't make that. Your first initial thought was, I am a guy, but you hear my voice, all of a sudden, I'm a girl. Can you not stick with your first initial thoughts? Fuck my voice. My voice has nothing to do with my identity. Okay? It will change when I'm on testosterone. It might not even change. There's not a guarantee that testosterone will change my voice, will make my voice get deeper. I could stay the same. I could stay the same and it may crack, but it won't change as much. It might not get any deeper than it does now. If it does, fucking how good. That's good. It's lucky for me, but let me tell you something. Like for my family it's a little bit different because my family, they know me from birth as a female. Okay, that's how they know me. That's how they see me. They see me as a female. So they see me as a female from birth. Because my family, they're related to me by blood. They've grown up with me or whatever. They've been around me since I was little baby. So I understand a little bit in that sense, but for years I for certain years in my life I've dipped in and out of dressing feminine. Heels, makeup, fake nails, eyeliner, eyeshadow, skirt, not skirts, tight jeans, you name it. I used to, when I was younger, I used to go round to my cousins and or my aunties or whatever, and I used to put single extensions in my hair to make my hair longer, to give me the appearance of long hair, and I used to wear girls' clothes, like, but I dipped in and out of that over time. Till I got more comfortable with how I felt inside. Because I've always felt like a man. I've always felt like a man. I've always felt masculine inside. I could put on the most girliest dress, the girliest clothes ever. I could put on the most girliest clothes ever, but I still inside I felt like a man. When I was younger, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand none of it. I was like, okay, why are you feeling like this? What's going on? I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, I don't get it, what's going on? Um but I didn't think too much on that, my feelings, like that kind of feelings, like feeling like a man, because I had other things to think about. I was distracted by my family problems, other personal things, because I used to be bullied at school. Um, so I was focusing on that. I was focusing on other things. I was focusing on the girl crush the crush on this girl that I had in high school. I was focusing on that. So I didn't really think too much about my masculine feelings. I didn't know the name. I didn't know there was a name to what I was feeling. So I was ashamed of it. I was scared of it. I was confused about it. And I was always confused about my sexuality as well. Like, okay, so I'm feeling like a man. So what about my sexuality? Why? So what, am I gay? Am I a gay man, or am I lesbian? I'm bi. Like, I was going from straight to bi to lesbian, back to bi to straight to lesbian. Then I went and found out that I was still feeling masculine as hell. Each day went by, more as I got older and older, more masculine, felt more masculine. And in my adult age, like, from from my early 20s till now, each year, each day, each year, each week that went by, I felt more masculine. And my early 20s, I was kind of like, okay, what is going on? Why do I feel like this? Like, seriously, this is getting to be beyond a joke. I knew I couldn't ignore that. I knew I couldn't ignore what I was feeling, so I had to attack it. I had to find out what I was feeling. And now I was confused about sexuality. I'm thinking, what the fuck am I? Am I lesbian? Am I butch lesbian? What am I? And I started to hear about this transgender shit. So I started to research, and I was like, that is me. But I still did not think, like, I still did not accept myself being trans. Um, Preferably because of fear. Still, people were like, for years, people have been calling me girl, 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 she, her, miss, 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 miss. You would think I would get used to it, but I'm not, because that is not how I am. That is not me. That's the wrong pronouns for me. Like, that's not me. I don't identify in no shape or form as a she or a her or a miss. I don't identify with those pronouns because I identify as a male. And I think I always have, but I just never realized what I was feeling. I never aligned with my feelings. My My heart weren't aligning with my feelings. Well, my head weren't aligning with my feelings. Well, it's just complicated, that bit, but like it's crazy. And then I started to identify as trans. I met my ex, who was my girlfriend at the time, who was also transgender, who was trans male to female. Me being trans female to male, that was that trans thing was what got us close together. We were both trans, we knew and we could understand fully, more than a cis person, that what we was feeling, and we could understand each other because we're both trans, on the opposite ends of trans. She's male to female, me female to male. So now I want to go through with this. The reason why trans men are called female to male, the reason why trans women are called male to female, because the male female or female male, there are sex. There was sex. There was the sex is to do with your sex, your genitals, to do with your okay, I'm gonna do this with you. Hold up. Education time. Hold up. So this is a diagram that I just drawn. I'm gonna explain this to you. So what I did, I drawn 2 circles each. Well, 6 circles each. 6 for trans woman and 6 for trans man. And then this is male to female circles here. So trans woman, male to female. And then this is trans man, female to male. These little circles here with the MFF for the trans woman. So what I'm trying to say is, this right here is the biological sex, not gender identity or gender. This is the biological sex, so the physical, the internal biological sex chromosomes that make up that biological sex at birth. So this is biological sex at birth. So I'm going to show you something else now. So this right here is the biological sex at birth for a trans woman. So the trans woman is going from their biological sex at birth as a male to their chosen, well, not chosen, but we don't choose to be trapped. We don't choose to be trapped in this shell, the shell that we're born in. Okay. I mean, how can you? So that's their biological sex at birth. Yeah. This is their gender identity. This is what they identify as in here, in here, in here, and in here. That is them. That is them. That's the person they are. That's the identity that they're going for. They are. That they've always been from birth. Okay. This is just something that they were stuck with at birth. Get it? This is the, because I wrote here biological sex at birth. This is the biological sex at birth, female, for a trans man who has the gender identity male. So again, just like the trans woman, this is the gender identity that they have in here and in here. This is who they are. This is not, this is who they are. This is not something that they're not. It's something that they are and always have been from birth. This is something that unfortunately was not chosen and is impossible. It's impossible. It's very impossible. Let's get this perfect straight. It's very impossible for anyone to be born and say, right, I mean, you're a baby. You're a newborn baby. How on earth can you choose this, choose that, choose this? How do you have a mind of your own? How do you have a voice when you're a baby? So if you don't have a voice when you're a newborn baby, you don't have a voice to speak. You don't have a mind of your own. You have a brain, but it's not in the way that you are. Your brain ain't the way that it would be if you was an adult. Okay, you don't have choices as a newborn baby. You don't have the luxury of a voice as a newborn baby. Not like I'm talking to you in other words. Yeah, nah. You don't have that. You don't have that luxury as a newborn baby. You don't have the luxury as a newborn baby to use your brain. So how on earth can we transgender people or intersex people, whatever you are, choose at birth and decide just like that we're trans? Come on. I didn't choose as a newborn baby. I didn't choose to be trapped in this female biological sex. As a newborn baby, say for example, I'm speaking for the trans women out there. I didn't choose to be born into this physical body of a biological male sex. Come on. Let's work it out in your head. Come on, work it out in your head. Work it out in your head. Because there is no way that I'm gonna be or ever feel okay with being misgendered when you can see that I am not female. When you can see, and I'm speaking for the trans women. When you can see that I am not male, standing in front of you, I don't dress like a male, I'm telling you that I am female, yet you're misgendering me. Get out of here. Come on, get it in here, people. Get it in here. Get it in here. I mean that literally. Get it right in there. Get straight in there, because my gender identity has nothing to do with this down here and this here. It has more to do with this up here and this in here, inside. Okay, let's get that straight. Okay, because if it had anything to do with down here and here, I wouldn't be saying I'm trans. I wouldn't be transitioning. I wouldn't have gender dysphoria, i.e. body dysphoria, i.e. social dysphoria. I wouldn't be suffering with all of that if it was anything to do with my genitals. Your genitals does not define who you are. Your identity defines who you are. Be proud of it. And for now, I'm going to call it there. I'm glad I explained. If this helped, if you have the same problem as a transgender person, or, you know, whether male to female, female to male, comment down below your feelings. I really would love to hear your feelings on being misgendered by family, by anybody outside the family. I'd love to hear your feelings on passing as the gender identity you identify as. I'd love to hear your questions. If you've got any questions, pop it down in the comments below. If you've got any concerns, pop it down in the comments below. If you've got any thoughts, pop it down in the comments below. If this video helped you and you found comfort in this video, like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in another video. Peace.